Are you ready for another meditation challenge?
Welcome back to day 6. I've got a special treat for you today. Normally we've been meditating here on the Heart Chakra in silence. But what I'd like to do today is try to add a little background music. It's good to create some variations in your meditation practice, in your meditation session. I'm a big fan of varying the technique every once in a while. Normally I keep about 2 or 3 meditation techniques in my rotation, if you will. Solely focusing on the heart chakra is not something that I do all the time. Normally I include the heart chakra in a technique that I call the 5 steps to stillness, which involves including the navel, heart, and also the third eye chakra. Sometimes I meditate just listening to music, deeply focused on listening to the music. Sometimes I meditate in just silence with no technique, basically just sitting still and becoming as still as possible, perhaps including a few inquiries such as, what am I? Who am I? What am I doing here? And other questions like that. Perhaps you're familiar with the process of inquiry. Whatever way you meditate, it's great. You know, there's so many different ways of meditation. But I think it's important to understand that there's a similarity to them all. And if they work for you, then that's all that's important, right? So hopefully this meditation technique is helping you guys out. Focusing on the heart chakra is a great way to introduce the positive energy of love, of joy, of happiness into your life. And you work at it. It's like building a muscle. In the beginning, it may seem subtle, it may seem difficult to feel anything. Just like the first day you tried whatever. The first day you tried something new. Whether it be attempting to learn a new skill or pick up a musical instrument, or maybe the first day you went to the gym to work out, or your first day on the job. Whatever it might be, the first few times is always a learning process. But once we've developed once we've had some repetition in this particular technique, you will begin to gain some proficiency at it. So, if you're new to the group, welcome. We're doing a 30-day meditation challenge, which is something that I founded the group on back in 2016. The whole concept behind a 30-day meditation challenge, such as the 30 Days of Love, is to inspire and motivate meditators or want to be meditators to develop a daily discipline, to develop a daily habit. Because in my over 30 years of meditation experience, I've learned that it's important to be consistent. Without consistency, there will be no progress. And without consistency, chances are there might not even be stagnation. There might be a decline. And why is that? Why can't I just meditate once or once in a while and sort of maintain that development, to maintain that higher consciousness, that mindfulness, that stillness that I develop? Well, it's the simple fact, my friends, of meditation and mindfulness that we are all very psychic and sensitive beings. Whether you believe in the psychic worlds or whether you're new and you're not familiar with it, we are multidimensional. And the fact of our multidimensionality is a blessing and a curse in this world. Because this world is very chaotic, it's very active, and it's not necessarily conducive for meditation. So if you choose the path of meditation, I recommend regular practice on a consistent basis, because you'll develop that ability, that skill, and it will grow. And so this is why we do the 30-day meditation challenge, because as a meditation teacher, as a meditation coach, as a meditator who has been meditating for a long time, the only thing I want, the only thing I desire is to share the experience of meditation with others. Meaning to share what meditation practice can afford us in terms of becoming happier, changing into a more refined version of ourselves, to experience states of higher consciousness, to experience higher dimensions of love, light, and ecstasy, which are real. They exist. They exist here and now. So why aren't we experiencing them? Or why aren't we experiencing that ecstatic union with all that is? And the simple fact is that it's due to our conditioning of the mind. The mind has been conditioned and formatted and programmed since day one. So we're born into the world. This is the quick 2-minute Dharma here, and we'll get right to the technique today. We're born into this chaotic, crazy world. Now, this world is not necessarily a good place. It's not necessarily a bad place. It just is a world. But there is a range of experiences that are affordable to us while we inhabit a body in an earth plane like this. Meaning there's a certain range. There's a high range and a low range. Most people are kind of somewhere in the middle, experiencing some ups and downs along the way. But to know this, and to know that there is a way to develop a sense of expanded consciousness that would afford us a greater range of perceptual experiences, afford us a greater range of possibilities, to actually get to know who and what we really are, which for a lot of people is lost. We're born into the world and we're given a name, we're given an identity, we're born into a family, a culture, a society, we're educated through a school system, we gain friends, relationships, we go to school, we get married, we get a job, we have a career, we dabble in our hobbies, arts, what have you. And this all seems so inane, so purposeless sometimes. Unless you meditate. Meditation gives us that extrasensory perception that there is more to life than just the mundane, material existence that many of us experience and many of us are stuck in here on this earth plane. So welcome, my friends. That was your 2-minute Dharma talk for today. As I was saying earlier, I like to switch up the meditation techniques once in a while to give, it's kind of like switching up your workout routine. After a certain amount of days, weeks, months of doing the same workout routine, you should change it up. Now, on the physical level, it's because your body adapts to the same routine all the time. But in the meditation world, because there are so many different techniques, there's visualization, there's mantra repetition, there's focusing on a chakra, as we're doing here, there's focusing on the breath, there's, you name it, and there's a technique for it. In fact, I think there's 112 or more techniques written in the Vedas. So whatever the technique, it really doesn't matter. But different techniques, because the technique itself is just a bridge. It's just a vehicle to take you from one place to another, to take us from our current condition into a condition of stillness, into a condition of light, into a condition of love, happiness, freedom, ultimately. So whatever technique you use, as long as it works and it gets you to that higher consciousness, that's a good thing. But I believe that the technique itself can affect us on different levels. For example, if you're someone who is very visual, then chances are you might be very good at a yantra, single-pointed meditation, using our open eyes to gaze at the center dot. And it's very similar. If you'll notice, you'll start to notice a consistent. This is why I'm bringing different techniques to you guys in these meditation challenges, because I want you to kind of see that they're different, but they're all very much the same, in that they are a vehicle to take you into higher consciousness. They're a vehicle to get you from point A, which is our current condition, our current state of mind, which is whatever condition your mind is in right now. If you're a meditator, if someone's interested in meditation, chances are you're not satisfied with the condition of your mind. The mind is a chatterbox. It's not focused. You're thinking thoughts you don't want to think. You're restless. You're not in the moment. You're caught up in the past. You're caught up in the future. You're caught up in that popular song that's playing on the radio, or whatever it might be. We're attached. Attachment is the bottom line. Whatever your attachment, it's no fun to be attached, right? We want to be free. We want to have free attention. So this particular technique, where I focus on the central dot of the yantra, it's a great way to practice your concentration ability, because our eyes are our dominant sense, meaning we're very good at using our eyes, right? We're really good at looking at our phone, at our computer screen, at the TV. We're good at using our eyes. So if you're good at using your eyes and you're attracted to that kind of technique, you can try using your open eyes in a form of technique known as gazing. You can gaze at any object, whatever nice object you have here on your meditation area. You can just sit and look at it. And while I'm sitting and looking at it, I'm becoming still. When I notice my attention is wandering back to its habitual patterning of getting caught up in my thoughts, or getting caught up in daydreaming, or whatever, imagining, I simply bring my attention back to my eyes and observe the object again. Okay, so this is a form of technique known as gazing. And if you love music, for example, last meditation challenge I brought to you how to meditate to music, or how I like to meditate to music, listening deeply to the music, to the soul exclusion of everything else. Only the music exists, and you become absorbed in the music. And the trick is, whatever technique you're doing, whether it's looking, gazing at a yantra, whether it's vocally repeating a mantra and honing in on the sound, feeling the vibration, listening to the mantra, listening to music, focusing on a heart chakra, focusing on your breathing, whatever the technique, the important thing is that you forget yourself. Forget myself? Well, gosh, I want to develop myself. I want to grow myself. I want to become better. Yes, of course. In order to do that, we need to forget ourselves for a little while. It's kind of like when we go to sleep. When we go to sleep, do we have to think, oh my God, I'm laying in my bed, I have to remember myself, or I won't wake up in the morning, right? No. Doesn't happen, right? You don't need to remember yourself to wake up again in the morning. You're going to be there. There are parts of ourself that are deeper, many different layers, many different bodies. And some of these parts of ourself contain the memory of who we are, of what we've done. And so it's kind of like an internal DNA. This karma, this samskaras, these tendencies are really just remembered habits, traits that we carry with us. Which is why we don't need to remember who we are. We can forget about ourselves for a while. And the trick is this: if you can forget about yourself fully, guess what? You'll be reborn. You'll be born anew. And this is what Christians refer to as being born again. Why is that important? Because in meditation, what we seek to do is we seek to evolve, we seek to progress, we seek to refine, we seek to become a more efficient, happier version of ourselves, right? And in order to do that, the old self, the old habits, the who we think we were or are, needs to get out of there. It needs to be wiped. It needs to be wiped clean. So meditation practice, if done deeply enough, can renew us, revive us, refresh us, restore us to our original integrity. And this is done through forgetting of the self. Because the self that we think we are is really just a memory. It's an old version. It's an older operating system. So we need to kind of restore the software. And so meditation affords us this opportunity. And then when you come out of your meditation session, you're experiencing life with a new perception. Perhaps clearer, perhaps cleaner, perhaps more present, happier. And that's the key. And this is part of the Tibetan rebirth process. In Tibetan Buddhism, they talk about the rebirth process, is that within one single lifetime, and if you haven't ever read the Tibetan Book of the Dead, I recommend it. The idea is that if you are a serious aspirant on the path toward enlightenment, that there are many opportunities within this one life to be born again. There are many opportunities to die and be born again within this one lifetime. In fact, each and every day is a life, each and every sleep is a death, and then we awaken and the cycle continues and continues. Life is a cycle. So, today we're going to be meditating on the Heart Chakra, but we're going to throw in some background music. For the heck of it, why not? We've been meditating to silence, and it's been great. And I can actually see some of my comments today, which I haven't been able to see live. So I'll get to your questions at the end. How's that? So stick around. Today we're going to meditate for perhaps just a little bit longer than we did the previous days. Normally we've been meditating to a timer, which helps to just, ensure that you're meditating for at least a certain amount of time. This is why I like to use a timer, because we all have busy schedules. I'd love to sit here and meditate for hours, but we've got things to do. So I like to set a specific timer that gives me a base, time length of at least 20, 25, 30 minutes, whatever it might be. Music is also a great way to do that. I've got a playlist ready to go. You might be familiar with this one. Some of your favorites are on here. So this time, when we're playing the music in the background, it's background music. The music is not something we want to become distracted by. Although, if it happens, it happens. It's okay. Just as you are distracted by tendencies of the mind, distracted by sensations in the body during your meditation session, similarly, the music can be something that all of a sudden you focus on And when you realize you're focused on it, no worries, just bring your attention back to feeling the heart chakra. Now, if you're really good, you can do both at once, but that's a more advanced approach. So let's get to it, my friends. So, in tradition of this 30 days of love, we have been starting each meditation session with a breathing technique that I like to call the wave breathing. Okay? The wave breathing is just a way to energize, activate, get your energy systems online, get that chi flowing, get that prana flowing. Because breath and the inhalation of pure air, oxygen, is energy. It is chi, it is prana. So we want to make sure we have clear nasal passages. So wave breathing is breathing into the belly, then into the chest, and then into the head in all one breath. And it goes a little something like this. Take a quick look. In the nose, out the mouth. Exhale, inhale. Let's all give this a try. Inhale, belly, chest, and then head. Real deep, real big. Let's stretch those lungs. Here we go. Let's do 10 of these. That's 1. 2. 4. 5. Now in between breaths I like to swallow saliva because it helps to lubricate the throat so we don't get that dry throat from this deep breath. A few more. Now with this one I want you to hold it at the apex of the inhale. Here we go. Woo! Oh, I felt that one. Get that little extra inhale at the end. Oh, that's good stuff. You're stretching your lungs when you do this. A lot of people don't realize lung capacity. And if you've had a difficult time breathing deep and you feel like your lung capacity is restricted, this is something I highly recommend doing. Try it outside. Try it when you've got some fresh air. You can stand up and breathe. Some deep breaths before you go on a walk, a hike, a bike, a run, whatever it might be. Or you just need to refresh your energy. That's good stuff. All right, so let's get started, my friend. Now we're going to switch to our meditative breath, breathing in the nose and out the nose for the first song. We're going to be playing music in the background. Again, don't be distracted by the music. Music is just a backdrop for this meditation technique. Same technique we've been doing for the past 5 days. And here we go. So I'm going to put my phone in airplane mode. And I'm probably going to have to reconnect my Bluetooth. Boom. Here we go. Music. And I've got my playlist ready to go. Here we go. Okay. Ready? Go ahead and sit up straight, whether you're seated on the floor, on your cushion, on your stool, or you're sitting in a chair. Go ahead and sit up straight, back straight. Close the eyes. Now we're going to begin breathing in the nose and out the nose. Just breathe deeply into your belly, diaphragmatic breathing. For the first 5 or 10 minutes, we're just kind of settling in, settling down. Establishing that calm breathing pattern. Meditation is a transitional practice from doing to not doing, from effort to effortless. Continue to let go of any tension that you might feel in your face, in your eyes, in your jaw. Any tension you might feel in your shoulders. Rest upon your bone structure. Relax your eyes. The settling down process can be like the swinging of a pendulum. As the pendulum swings back and forth, begins to find its center and eventually becomes still. Allow yourself to swing back and forth until you find your center and slowly become more and more still. Still in your body, still in your emotions, and still in your mind. Now I'd like you to breathe in and out of your heart chakra. Go ahead and place the fingertips gently touching the center of the chest around the heart chakra area. Continue to breathe in and out of your nose. Now feel the breath coming into the heart chakra and exhaling out through the heart chakra. Your heart chakra is now breathing. Imagine as if your heart chakra were your nose. Breathe in and out very gently, very gracefully. Allow your hand to relax on your lap or on your thighs. Continue to breathe in and out of your heart chakra for a few more moments. Now that we've established a steady, calm, graceful breathing pattern, you can let go of your breath, let your body breathe on its own. Bring your full attention to the center of the chest, to your heart chakra. Feel that spot. If it helps you, you can keep your fingertips placed at the center of the chest for a little while until you've established your connection to that area. During the meditation, every once in a while, it's okay to take a big deep breath. This might help to cleanse, restore, renew, release any physical or energetic tension. Center yourself. Become still. The only thing that exists is the heart chakra feeling right now. Let go. Allow yourself to be fully surrendered physically, fully surrendered emotionally, with a graceful awareness, just tickling your heart chakra. Stay centered on your heart chakra. Be still. All right. How y'all doing out there? So a little bit different with the music playing in the background. You may have found it to be helpful. You may have found it to be slightly distracting at times. But hopefully once we settled in and settled down and towards the latter part of the meditation, we were able to stabilize our attention and feel that beautiful bliss begin to emerge in our heart center. I must confess, even though I was able to feel the heart chakra and you can feel the bliss, there's still the tendencies of mind, these habits that come up. And so it's a continual surrender of that old self. It's a continual letting go of that old self during the meditation. And this requires a leap of faith. This requires trust. Trust in what you would call the universe or the higher self or God or whatever you want to call it. Because it can be scary to let go of the known part of ourselves. To let go of the known and dive deep into the unknown is what takes us to the next level. It's that leap of faith that you hear so much. We have to have faith in ourselves, which we are part of the universe, part of it all. To know that we're going to be okay if we just let it go for a minute. Let it go for a little while and just dive deep into that feeling. Because what you'll notice is that perhaps you're still up in your head. You still want to be a face, right? You still want to be a body. You still want to be a person. But the truth is that we are the awareness of the person. We're the awareness of the self. We're the awareness of it all. So we must be that bliss as well. That bliss that we feel is part of us too. So great job today, my friends. And let me see what I can do to help you out with some of your questions here in the comments. All right. So, Elaine says, strong start in the beginning, nice cooling sensation down my back. Felt like I was spinning, but lost my focus towards the end. Mind kept invoking random images. Beautiful. Exactly. Totally on track. Meaning, that's normal. That's absolutely to be expected, Elaine. And for most of us, that's probably a very similar experience. And this is what I keep referring to when I say that old self, those old habits, those old tendencies of perception of mind, keep want to take center stage, right? They keep wanting to be that thing that controls, right? It's really a process of letting go of control. We're control freaks, you know? And so that's great feedback. Strong start in the beginning. This is typical because in the beginning, you know, we're motivated, we're raring to go. And as we kind of settle in and relax a little bit, those tendencies of random images keep popping up. And at that point, it's just stick to the script. Keep bringing the attention back to that heart chakra feeling. But simultaneously letting go. So that commitment that you have to being centered right here in that feeling, it becomes effortless. It's very important to move from effort into a state of effortlessness. And how we do that is by continually letting go, continually surrendering control. That's really what surrendering is all about. Is surrendering that need to control, that need to feel like we're in control of everything. And kind of just diving deep. That's why I like the analogy of just diving into a pool of water. We're diving into that feeling of heart chakra. And eventually that ever so tiny little tingle of bliss will encompass us in a beautiful ecstasy that grows. It's a doorway. Wonderful. All right, next question. Michelle says, it distracted me sometimes, the music. But I managed to pull myself back, and I must admit, I quite liked it. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Michelle. Thank you. And again, throwing the music in there today was just sort of a little change up, you know. The music can be distracting, but I like the fact that you pulled yourself back, and that's really the key, that muscle, that strength that you're building, that willpower to direct your attention will take you to high places, trust me. Okay, moving back a little bit. Van, awesome meditation. Love you, Van. Thanks so much for being here. Glad you enjoyed it. And your cat, too. Thank you, Michelle. All right. Jay says he loves meditating with music. Indeed. All right. I have been meditating for 7 months now. Some moments experience transcending states, others just pure awareness. When I finish, I feel such a great relief in myself. Indeed, indeed. That's what it's all about. Okay. All right. Well, looks like that's pretty much all the questions. Any more questions before we conclude today's session? Good session today. Every day we're getting better. Every day we come on and we try our best, we get better and we improve. And we become more familiar with what we're doing here. It's like we're waking up to a part of ourselves that's been long asleep. This ability to feel. We're not used to it, perhaps, and we're used to the thinking mind. We're used to the patterns that we're used to. That's all it is we're used to ways of holding our attention. And this is a new way of bringing our attention into feeling this energy. So congratulations, my friends, for sticking with it, and great job. I love you all. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Okay, see you now. Take care. Have a good day.